Dear Diary, the house is quiet again, but not the good kind of quiet, not the peaceful kind that wraps around your shoulders like a warm shawl. No, this silence is cold. It crept in last Tuesday and made itself at home. It hums louder than the refrigerator and buzzes deeper than the old clock above my stove. I used to say, peace and quiet. Now I just say, quiet. I sat next to the phone this morning, pretending I wasn't watching it, but truth is, I was. Like it owed me something. Like if I stared long enough, it would light up with a message. Hey Grandma, just checking on you. Or, we miss you. But the screen stayed dark, and me, I stayed small. Life lesson 1. Sometimes silence isn't peace. It's a reminder that we've forgotten how to reach for one another. And waiting for others to remember you can quietly erase your own voice. When the phone was my favorite sound, there was a time when I couldn't finish a cup of tea without someone calling. My daughter, my goddaughter, my cousin Mildred, who never had anything nice to say, but always said it for too long. The grandkids used to call just to show me a paper they colored wrong, and I loved every minute of it. Even when I had to say, "Hold on, baby, someone's on the other line." My ringtone was like background music in my house, a symphony of "Hey Grandma, when you feelin', what you cooking?" These days, even the spam calls stopped. I ain't even getting offers for car insurance anymore. And you know what? That hurts in a way I can't explain. Life lesson 2, connection isn't about conversation. It's about mattering. Sometimes, the greatest heartbreak is realizing the world moved on without checking to see if you were coming too. The pain of waiting. People say loneliness is just being alone, but that ain't true. You can be alone and feel whole. You can be surrounded and feel forgotten. But this kind of loneliness, the kind that waits by the phone, it chips away at you. I catch myself making up reasons why they didn't call. They're busy. They forgot. They meant to. But what about me? Why do I always have to be the one left waiting? Why do I have to be the one reminding them that I still exist? Some days I just turn the phone off. Not because I'm strong, but because I'm tired of being disappointed. Life lesson 3. Loneliness doesn't always come from absence. It comes from expectation. And freedom begins when you stop waiting for others to notice your worth. A quiet reminders that I'm not needed anymore. It's in the little things. The way the other dining chair stays tucked in for days. The untouched puzzle on the table, half finished, like the phone call I never got. The birthday card I bought myself last year, just in case no one else did. It's still in the drawer. I used to set the table for company, even when I had none, just in case someone dropped by. These days, I just eat from the pot. And I know they love me. I do. But love ain't always loud. And sometimes, love feels like an echo you can't quite catch. Life lesson 4. The hardest part of aging isn't the aches, it's the fading. But we are not made to disappear. Even in silence, our lives still carry meaning. The day I stepped outside again. Today I opened the front door. First time in 3 days. The sun hit my cheeks like it remembered me. The birds said good morning, like they'd been waiting. And wouldn't you know it, that teenage boy from down the street, the one whose pants never reach his waist, he waved and yelled, "Hey, Miss Esther." I laughed, and I waved back, and I felt human again. Turns out, the world still speaks. I'd just been too hurt to listen. Life lesson 5. Healing doesn't always come from a call. Sometimes it comes from a wave, a breeze, or a neighbor who remembers your name. The world still notices. You just have to step back into it. A grocery store smile. I walked to the little grocery store down the road today. Took it slow. Let my knees complain. Let the breeze do its thing in my hair. I wasn't looking for anything big, just eggs, bread, and an excuse to leave the house. The cashier, young man with a name tag that said Marcus, he looked me in the eye and said, "How's your day going, ma'am?" And I almost didn't know what to say, because no one's asked me that in, well, let's just say my milk's expired faster. I said, "It's better now, Beatty, thank you." And he smiled like I mattered. Not because I was someone's grandma, not because I was old, but just because I was there. And for those 30 seconds, I felt like part of the world again. Life lesson. Sometimes the smallest kindness is all it takes to stitch you back into the fabric of humanity. You don't always need deep conversation, just someone to see you standing there. I sat on the porch and let the world happen. When I got back from the store, I didn't go inside right away. I sat on the porch, just sat. Let the world happen without me for once. I didn't look at my phone. I didn't check the time. I just listened to the neighbors' wind chimes, to the birds arguing about who gets the biggest branch, to the soft hum of my own breath. And in that stillness, I realized something. I don't need anyone to call me to feel real. I don't need proof I'm alive. I am alive, right here, right now. I don't have to be important to someone else to be important. This porch, this wind, this moment, it's mine. And that's enough. Life lesson. Sometimes peace finds you when you stop performing and just exist. You don't have to chase purpose. You just have to show up and be present for yourself. And ta-ta. I called first. I picked up the phone tonight, not to check it, not to hope, but to use it. I dialed my niece, got voicemail, but I left a message. "Hey, baby. It's Aunt Esther. Just wanted to say I love you. You don't have to call back unless you want to. I'm here." I didn't need a reply. I just needed to hear myself speak, to remind myself that I'm not just someone who waits. I'm someone who gives, who still has light. Life lesson 6, your voice is not a waiting room. It's a gift. Don't be afraid to use it first. Dear Diary, I am still here. They still haven't called, but I did something better today. I showed up for myself. I opened the door. I laughed. I danced to an old gospel song. I waved at a boy with sagging pants. I called someone I love without asking for anything in return. I'm still here. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough for today. P.S. I changed my ringtone to Beyoncé, because if no one else is ringing me, I might as well feel like Queen Bee when I answer. And baby, that's called choosing joy. Final life lesson. You may feel forgotten, but you're not lost. You may be alone, but you're not invisible. And even when no one calls, you still matter. Loudly, boldly, beautifully. And baby, if this little diary entry touched your heart today, go on and tap that like button. Not for me, no ma'am, I'll be just fine. But so the folks behind this screen know somebody's still listening. And if you want to hear more from me, more late night thoughts, more laughter through tears, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my next little whisper to the world. And hey, if you know someone, maybe a mama, an auntie, or a friend who's been sitting in too much quiet lately, share this video with them. Not to fix their day, but to say you're not alone. Now go call somebody you love. And if no one picks up, just whisper to yourself, I matter anyway. Until next time, with love, Grandma Esther.